There are words that do not seem to belong to this world. They sound as if they were carried from the space between the stars, an echo of the beginning, before language was ever born. I shall give you what no eye has seen, and what no ear has heard. These words from saying 17 are not a promise bound to time. They are an invitation, a key pointing toward the unseen, a door to what has always been, yet lies covered by the dust of the senses. We humans are seekers with open eyes, and yet blind to the light that cannot be seen. We listen, but the divine melody plays beyond all hearing. We reach out to touch, but truth cannot be grasped. The Gospel of Thomas reminds us that the highest knowledge is not gained through perception, but through awakening. Not through the eye, but through that which sees the eye itself. The mystic Meister Eckhart once said, "The eye with which I see God is the same eye with which God sees me." And Rumi whispered, "Close your eyes, so that you may see what no eye can see." Both point to the same mystery. The visible deceives, for it hides the source. Only when seeing itself falls silent does true sight begin, a vision without separation. In this video on saying 17 of the Gospel of Thomas, we enter that hidden realm beyond the senses, into the silence where true seeing awakens. Before the light can reveal itself, everything else must fall silent. Not the outer silence is meant, but that inner stillness, where thought itself stops asking questions. The philosopher Heraclitus once said, "The hidden harmony is stronger than the visible one." And Plotinus, in his Enneads, wrote, "Be silent, so that the soul may hear." Both knew that understanding does not begin with words, but with the ending of all words. For what Jesus promises, what no ear has heard, does not unfold in the noise of the world, but in the quiet vastness of awareness. In that stillness, when thinking settles to the ground like dust, something new begins to arise. A subtle presence that does not come from outside. A gentle radiance, which does not appear because it has always been. Whoever descends into this silence enters the space before revelation, the place where the divine spark awakens within the human being and calls him home to the one from whom he came. We believe we know because we see. We take the world to be what our eyes reveal: forms, colors, movement. Yet who has ever promised us that the visible is also the true? Our senses are gateways, but they lead only to the threshold. Beyond it begins that which the mind cannot grasp, the unseen that dwells within all things. The philosopher Blaise Pascal once wrote, "The heart has its reasons which reason does not know." And the mystic Angelus Silesius wrote in verse, "Stay still. Where do you rush? Heaven is within you." Both point to the same truth. The path to understanding does not lead outward, but inward. The eye deceives with its brightness, the ear with its sound, the hand with its touch. Only when they rest can the heart begin to see. The senses are gifts, yet they show only shadows. The light itself remains unseen because we keep looking in the wrong direction. Thus, the saying of Jesus begins like a divine call. Leave the eye, leave the ear, leave the hand, and return to the one who created them all. There are moments when something unseen calls to us, not loudly, not in words, but like a memory we have never lived, and yet have carried within us since the beginning. This call does not arise from us, but from the depth where the divine spark rests. It is the tone of the source that once called us into being, and now calls us back to itself. The mystic Rumi wrote, "Since the day I was cut from the reed bed, my cry has caused men and women to weep. They all understand my lament." The reed he speaks of is the ney, the reed flute. As the reed is cut from the reed bed, so too the soul was separated from its divine origin. Since that separation, a quiet sorrow resounds within it, a longing for what it once was. This separation is no curse, but remembrance. For the very pain is the sign that we are not from here. Jesus says, "I shall give you what no eye has seen." It is the promise of a knowing that reaches beyond the human, not because the human is divine, but because the divine touches him. John of the Cross wrote, "God calls the soul not to exalt it, but to draw it back to himself." In this understanding, the human loses nothing. He merely lays aside what separates him. For when the foreign noise within is silenced, he hears the call of his origin and returns home into the silence from which all things came. When the call of the unseen reaches our innermost being, it is not the mind that answers, but the heart. In the heart begins that transformation which no eye can see and no hand can perform. Here the separation dissolves, not through knowledge, but through surrender. The heart becomes the gate through which the unseen enters. Meister Eckhart wrote, "God is in all things, but only where the heart receives him does he become revealed." And Teresa of Ávila said, "The heart is the dwelling place where God speaks with the soul." The heart does not know by thinking, but by being moved. When it burns with longing, that is not the pain of this world, but the warmth of God's nearness. Sometimes a single breath in this stillness is enough, and the unseen enters, quietly, unobtrusively, like a light that cannot be seen, yet can be felt. Then the soul understands what no ear has heard, what no eye has seen, that it has always stood in the gaze of God, and that every longing was nothing else but the memory of his presence. When the heart has grown still and all veils have fallen, the light begins to reveal itself, not as vision, not as image, but as present being. The soul no longer knows itself as a seeker, but as one who has been found. It stands within the light that has never ceased to shine. Only the eyes were closed. The German mystic Jakob Böhme wrote, "In the light in which you see, there God dwells within you. and in that which you love, He reveals Himself. This rebirth is not a new life, but an awakening within true life. The divine does not descend, it is remembered. What no eye has seen begins to shine within you. What no ear has heard resounds as silent joy. What no heart has imagined becomes the heart itself. Thus, the path ends where it began, in the stillness from which all things came. And there, where the senses fall silent, eternal seeing begins. Saying 17 reminds us of a truth older than all religions, that what we seek is not far away, but hidden within. No eye can see it, no ear can hear it, no hand can grasp it, and yet it is the only thing that truly is. When the senses fall silent and the heart begins to listen, the gate opens through which the unseen enters, not as thought, but as presence. And perhaps what Jesus wished to give us was not new knowledge, but the reawakening of what we have never lost. The invisible realm is not a place beyond the world. It is the origin of all being, shining within us whenever we become still. In this light that no eye has seen, the search comes to an end, and true seeing begins.